When talking about local management, the first thing to know is where Uplogix sits in your network and why it allows us to do things differently than other traditional network management solutions. Here we have an example network where the NOC is connected to a data center or branch office over a wide area connection. In the branch office, we have a pretty standard rack of networking gear, a router, a WAN accelerator, switch, but it could be any other networking device here. Attached to all of these is a power distribution unit, which is providing them constant monitored power. Back at the NOC, we have your standard array of heads-up, S&P management, trouble ticketing, config management technologies that you would normally use. Over in the data center, the Uplogix Local Management hardware is then directly connected to your networking devices over the console port, as well as the power distribution unit. This allows us to map outlets on the power distribution unit to individual ports on the local management that are managing your routers, your switches, and your other networking devices. The Uplogix Control Center is then deployed in your NOC, where it sits alongside your other heads-up display management tools. The Uplogix Local Management hardware also incorporates an out-of-band component. If we detect an issue with the wide area network where we're unable to talk to the NOC, we'll build an out-of-band connection which will connect the local management hardware back to the control center. This provides two-way communication for the Uplogix Local Manager to send data to the control center and for anyone in the network operations center to have complete access into the site even when the network is down. For out-of-band access, we can use a variety of different technologies, from a simple V92 modem going over a POTS line, an analog POTS line to your sites, to a cellular connection with support for non-circuit switch services, secondary Ethernet utilizing either a backup DSL or cable connection, and low Earth orbit satellites such as Iridium. Here we're looking at the CLI of an individual local manager. Here you can see our dashboard, which shows a quick overview of the devices we're connected to, in this case a few Cisco routers and an iDirect and also an HP server. We can actually go in to one of the individual ports and we can shadow the terminal session and actually view the interaction between the Uplogix Local Manager and the Cisco router. We connect over the console so that our monitoring is network independent. This allows us to augment traditional S&P monitoring tools by providing them information even in the event of a network outage or another disruption. The Uplogix connects you to your devices just as if you were on site with a laptop and a console cable. All the activity you see here is actually being performed by our automated drivers. Our scripting adds intelligence to our hardware that enables it to do the work of an on-site Tier 1 technician. The local manager has the processing power and the storage to track trends in your network and take intelligent action informed by our high-resolution monitoring. For example, we could schedule an interface monitor that we would call out to operate against a specific interface, in this case, the wide area connection that links our branch office back to the network operations center. If we were to see a disruption in service caused on this interface, then our drivers would actually take automatic Tier 1 remediation to try and resolve the issue. In this case, we follow standard Tier 1 Cisco recommended procedures to restore service to an interface if it was starting to see errors. We would go and we would clear the service module. Then 30 seconds later, when our monitors run again, if we still hadn't seen any improvement, we would cycle the interface. And then we'd keep adding on that. If we still saw a problem, we'd pull a show tech. If that didn't solve it, and if we were still seeing issues, then we could actually issue a soft reboot to the router. And if that didn't resolve it, we could actually use that power distribution unit that we're connected to and cycle the power to the device with a hard power reset. Of course, most of the time, a hard power reset will solve the problem. It will come back up, it will report interface protocol state is up, the frame loss seconds have cleared, the operational state is up, and you'll be back in business. This interface monitoring is just an example of one of the many things we can do with the Uplogix rules engine. With it, we can really give you the power to automate your entire runbook. The Uplogix Local Manager can recognize automate and resolve Tier 1 issues within minutes, far faster than a traditional S&P monitoring and dashboard system can. And we do all this independent from the network. Even if the network is going down, we will talk back to your NOC, we will fill in your heads-up displays with the information of what's going on behind that downed WAN link in this example, and really give you the tools you need to keep your network up and running. We have a variety of hardware options to suit your needs, from the Uplogix 5000, which has up to 22 devices that can be managed, which is ideal for data centers, and the smaller 500, good for those branch office locations that can manage up to 6 devices. In addition, we can load our software onto an SRE blade and run it on an existing Cisco router. Also, we offer custom virtual solutions that you can put in place to exploit your already existing console servers that you may have deployed across your infrastructure. This has just been a quick overview of a few of the features of the Uplogix Local Management platform. We'd be more than happy to do a more detailed demonstration customized to your network setup and requirements. Contact your account executive or contact us through uplogix.com.